Hi there, I'm Alison Ross, a certified eating disorder specialist, neurofeedback practitioner, and founder of Non-Dieting Health. I wanted to jump on today after listening to an inspiring interview with actress Jameela Jamil that really spoke my language. I'm sharing because I think its message will be useful to you if you struggle with disordered eating or are supporting someone who does. The podcast I listened to is called Sounds Like a Cult, and in the episode called The Cult of Diet Culture, the co-hosts interviewed Jameela Jamil, who you probably know as an actress and an activist for body positivity. There's a link to the podcast in the description below if you want to hear it for yourself. But in a nutshell, Jameela shares her firsthand experience of falling prey to diet culture pressure, developing an eating disorder, and then recovering. As a child, she shared that she became preoccupied with dieting and her weight, so much so that by the age of 11, she had developed anorexia. Her eating disorder lasted for 20 years and has had serious repercussions on her mental and physical well-being even to this day. As Jameela recovered and regained her weight, she was also becoming famous. And she shared that the media bullied and body shamed her ruthlessly. They would take pictures that made her look bad and compare them to pictures of when she was thinner. It was all about the weight. The stressful and humiliating experience nearly pushed Jameela back into her anorexia. But instead, she described for the audience a turning point where she sort of turned to her inner 11-year-old and said, "I'm not going to take this. I'm going to fight back." And she did. She started an organization called iWeigh to promote what she calls radical inclusivity and body positivity. And now she's one of the most influential voices on social media, speaking out about how unhealthy dieting, fat phobia, and weight stigma are. Jameela's story really spoke to me. As an eating disorder specialist and a person who recovered from an eating disorder, I know that there comes a point in each person's recovery where we have to make a choice. We can keep hating our bodies and abusing ourselves to try to meet standards set by diet culture, or like Jameela did, we can stand up for our bodies and fight back against toxicity. And this is how we reclaim our health. So what do you think of Jameela's Defiance? If you're in recovery from an eating disorder, have you been fighting back too? You don't need to start a big organization. Anything you can do to set boundaries against body shaming and weight stigma can help your recovery. For example, you can share with friends and family that when they talk about their latest diets or weight loss efforts, that is bad for your mental health. You can unfollow social media accounts that idealize certain bodies over others and promote weight loss scams. If your doctor harps on your weight, you can ask them to shift to a health at every size approach, meaning put the focus on health behaviors like stress management, getting more nutrition in, and following your lab work instead of watching your weight. You can remove scales from your home. You can drown out critical inner voices by listening to inspiring music or using positive affirmations while getting dressed. Because if you're in recovery, I want to invite you to find your righteous defiance against the voices that turn you against your body, as Jameela did. Those of us who've recovered know that it's on the other side of that fight where we get our sense of worth and our eating sanity back. So I hope you won't move on from this video before you think of one little way, just one, that you can start to fight for yourself if you haven't already. If you like this video and want more, please like it and subscribe so that you'll be the first to know when we post content that supports your recovery. And if you're looking for resources, online classes, or therapy services, visit us at Non-Dieting Health and join our email list to get all the information. Thanks for listening.